what they got going right now.
I wonder what the viewership is like compared to the actual World Cup.
Let's find out.
Like percentage-wise, like maybe like 1%. Because man, the World Cup is the most viewed event.
It's hard to top that, I guess.
Yeah.
Men's World Cup has higher viewership.
1.5 billion views. That's insane. Like live viewers. That's like a what? Like a fifth of the Earth or something like that.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to click through these things. View on one page? Really? I can view a whole article on one page? There we go.
Who would have thought?
Prize money, different turf, around
Find
for
another
World
site
Cup.
that's not horrible.
Other fucking poop sugar?
Yeah,
I think you can
that's
do
where I get
better
all
than that.
my all my up to date as it happens. Yeah,
Best
that's
news,
from
yeah.
poop sugar.
Oh my god. Okay. Women's World Cup hit 1.12 billion viewers.
Really?
Yeah, man.
It's
People love
that
soccer.
close?
You don't have to say it like that, dude.
Man, there's no way it's that close. Like,
See? Get wrecked. Offers concrete measurement of the interest in women's competition. The World Cup did
man,
pull 3 billion.
I haven't heard a single thing about this until now. And I don't follow soccer at all, but when the World Cup happened, I heard a lot of people talking about it, and I didn't equally didn't care back then.
But how much do you give a shit about soccer in the first place, man?
That's what I mean. But I don't. But yeah, I heard about the World Cup a lot.
When was the last World Cup?
It wasn't long ago.
You're probably around people back then.
I'm just like a hermit right now.
I guess. Last time it was 2018.
Happens every few years.
Yeah.
It happened last year,
Huh.
2022.
Yeah, that's fair.
Qatar, yeah.
That's fair. I don't know. Women are half the population. You know,
Yeah, but they don't
like
follow sports anywhere close to what men do.
true. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I actually don't know.
You get 30 million as a prize. The men get 400 million.
Yeah.
But if you look at any women's sport, it's like the viewership is so much lower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess this is what half.
That
Susan
seems not
Whack.
real. That doesn't seem right.
Bro, this is Mrs. Whack from the Norm Macdonald joke.
So, Mrs. Whack?
Yeah. Remember?
Oh
So the
yeah,
frog goes to the bank.
give the frog a loan. Yeah, his old man's a rolling stone.
This is a knick-knack paddywhack. Oh, no, here we go.
This is Suzanne Whack.
Mrs. Paddywhack. Or it'd be Patricia. Patricia Whack.
Pat. Yeah. Yeah, I do not believe that at a certain time, like 1/8 of the world was watching the Women's World
You don't
Cup.
believe
That doesn't.
FIFA.com, bro?
No, I don't. That's not FIFA.com. That's Digital Hub. Oh, it is FIFA.com. Okay, I didn't see this.
Fucking
So domain.
nice try. So what, you're telling me that there's like 300 million women that keep hitting refresh on their screen? Like, what are you saying?
I don't know. I didn't realize. Like, it's weird. I
Didn't
thought it would
realize
be way
people gave a
less.
crap.
But that's the thing. People don't. I don't. Like, I never heard anything about this.
Well, okay.
I know I'm not in the target audience, but
Yeah. Only 120 million viewers saw it on the internet. Most of them were watching it like on cable. And I don't know anyone who
okay.
still has cable, so I'm probably like kind of removed from that demographic.
But still, for live sports, cable is still like very popular, if not the main way to do it.
The final.
Okay, the final law was only seen by 263, and that's like the most important game of the whole thing. So how does it?
Well, I'm not sure how viewership trends over the cup. Like, it might actually
Well,
die
the
off as the cup goes on.
I don't think. I
Well,
mean,
because when the outcome feels a little determined, people don't tune
no,
in.
no, that's like the biggest. That's like the final result of the game. Like that's like the most important game.
Ah, yes. Just your average sports viewer talking here.
Well, it's true. Like the final game. That's what all the stakes are. That's where everything. That's all boils down. The whole tournament boils down to that.
I agree with you in theory, but I don't actually I'm not actually sure how viewership picks up or dies down as the thing goes on. Like so here's an example. Like as the thing goes on, right? Like more teams are eliminated, and if the team you care
Hmm.
about was eliminated, how much do you really care? Like you probably care up until when your team is kicked out of the tournament. Some people who are really committed to the
Yeah,
sport might watch it all the
that's
way
true.
through.
It's true that once your team is gone, you won't probably.
Oh,
You,
here it is.
but I still think that
Top
the
10 global
finals.
live audiences. They have it
Yeah, look,
here.
the
So the
the num.
quarterfinals, semifinals,
See, the final has like 4 times as much viewership as the
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals,
True.
right? Like that's substantial.
So how are they calculating this billion? Because I'm only seeing tens of millions per match.
This is the female one.
Oh, mostly driven by China. Holy shit. Yeah, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Asia
It's like
over.
every Chinese woman watching soccer.
I guess so, dude. Literally half of it's Europe and Asia combined. Nobody in Africa or the Middle East cared at all, and they love soccer.
Yeah.
They so didn't give a shit about the women's FIFA.
Look, even
Um,
South America didn't have that many.
no, yeah. Well,
And man, like
for
in
their
Colum,
population, I think that makes sense though. No, they seem for their
but half as much as Europe. How many people does South America have? Like 400 million, and they love soccer so
yeah, I
much.
guess so. What the hell? Okay, that's Europe. Europe is like twice as
Okay,
much,
yeah,
so it
yeah,
is
that's fair.
proportional, I think. Yeah, actually a
Yeah.
little bit better. um, yeah, no, that makes sense. I think what's surprising probably is how much in Asia, and this is North, Central, and American
So
Caribbean.
like in Colombia, when there was a game with, especially with the game with with Colombia, the Colombian team playing, of course,
Hmm.
like there'd be like every bar, restaurant, everything would have like seats outside. They'd have all the flags up everywhere. Like the entire street would be lined with Colombian flags, and there'd be every TV is playing the game. But
Sure.
I never saw this once with the female game
Were you there
ever.
during the female games?
Well, there's a bunch of different there's a bunch of different tournaments that are always happening somewhere, not just the female ones, but like there's always like the games that I was watching, like when I walked past these places, was not the World Cup. It was just some other cup or something, some other tournament, something.
What the hell fucking nonsense are you talking about right now, dude?
What?
I just asked, were you there in Colombia during the FIFA,
Well, no, of course not.
the women's FIFA games or whatever? Okay.
I'm
Maybe
just
they
saying,
were
like,
all up in the streets.
I'm saying there's always some soccer tournament going on. It's not
Oh,
always
yeah.
the World Cup.
Let's see if these guys are committed. That's not what I'm looking for. I just want the streets of Brazil. Nah, I'm not gonna find what I'm looking for. Damn, that's nuts. Wow.
No, it went way up.
500%? Dude.
It's only after 4 years. Jeez.
Oh, maybe it's the explosion of like cell phones and stuff. Right? Because think about it. If at some
Yeah,
point you had a TV and the whole family's watching a TV, that's one viewer as far as the stats are concerned. But now if everyone has their own
true.
phone,
I don't think that's purely like I think people have their phone that didn't have access to a TV before.
Right.
But
Holy shit. Man, look at all these
that's
man hours.
a lot of.
People watching a ball get kicked around.
Wait, what? That's it? 19,000 hours? That's all? Doesn't make sense. Oh, that's like the in total, just like, or what?
Well, if we look 20,000 hours.
But it's not even close to how much like hours combined for every person. If there's a billion people looking, and the games last a long time, there's a lot of games. Like that's like billions of hours,
Billions
not
must
20,000.
watch.
Yeah,
Well, in terms of here I
like
have
20,000 is such a small amount.
yeah, word.
I'm not sure like what this is supposed to mean.
Well, the calculator here
Is
says
it,
that
it's the
that's
actual like recorded time of the events.
yeah, it's the equivalent of 72 milliseconds per person.
They get bored so quickly that they immediately turn off the TV as soon as they look it
You know,
on.
that's not even enough time to be aware of the signal
Yeah,
that you're
to
looking
even
at.
like to react to the signal. Yeah.
So just women's FIFA came into their subconscious, and that was enough just to turn it off.
A
Like,
billion people thought it was the men's World Cup, and then immediately turned it
billions must tune in.
on.
Wow. No, that's cool though.
Can you find the same document for the 2022 Qatar one? So is the woman one every 4 years, and then the man one's every 2 years or something? Is that what it seems
Yeah,
like?
something like that.
It is weird, like being like in Canada, U.S. Like some of the only places in the world where soccer is not really that of a big deal.
True.
Basically, every other country in the world, soccer is number one sport. Canada, I think, must be hockey, and U.S. must be football or American football. Maybe basketball. I'm not sure.
This is Russia.
Okay.
Could be close enough.
3.5
90,000.
billion.
Wow. 453 channels, total reach, 3 minutes, 1 minute. Oh, it really falls off when people are
See,
watching
look,
more than.
viewer hours 34 billion. That's what I mean. That makes way more sense. 20,000 made no sense.
No, 90,000 hours of coverage.
Oh, hours of coverage, right? Yeah, not viewer hours.
Yeah.
that'd be so, that'd be so stupid. Just
Yeah,
like no
literally
one.
70 milliseconds.
Yeah. France versus Croatia.
That's so crazy.
Where is that? It's in Quebec.
Tatamagouche. Tatamagouche is probably.
Oh, Nova Scotia. Oh,
Yeah, true.
weird name.
For the gas to go all the way to Quebec, we could stay here one night. Looks amazing though.
Does look very nice.
Probably live somewhere like that. Where is that in Nova Scotia?
How how many bedrooms? Or how many beds in that one?
Oh, it's like north of
Sand
Amherst
Point.
and shit. Or
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
you can't dox us, bro.
What do you mean?
I live in Katamagouche.
Yeah, this landmass is north of this landmass. Bro, we're so fucked. They're gonna find us.
We're doxed.
We're doxed. I read the contents of a map, you get doxed instantly. 6 guests, 3 bedrooms. Just have to sleep in a bed with your boy.
Okay, relax.
Okay, so say we did that last week of August.
Someone's gonna watch and then book something before us.
They're gonna like meet us at the door.
Yeah. Unless we censor everything.
So I just need a reasonable price.
Let's try $400 in that chalet.
Room in St. John. We go on a trip to
Oh,
St. John. Man, St. John's hurting. So here's the thing about the campsites. You can rent RVs.
yeah.
They're just so expensive. Um,
There's one called like Can Dream. Yeah, that's what you're on.
stylish and zippy.
How much is it? Must be quite a bit.
It's so much, man.
Put the date in. Put like a month just to see or something or a week.
Yeah, a week for sure. Like say that fake date to that fake date because we're totally not going those
You're literally
days.
doxing.
We're so not going those days.
Don't go
We are
away.
definitely not adults. Whoa, this is actually not bad, dude.
Wait,
Wait.
how much?
Oh no, fuck me. I was just looking at the
No.
savings. But
Yeah, it's completely reasonable.
yeah, no, it's nuts. And then you have to pay for gas and blah blah blah. It's actually
That's
crazy.
great.
Yeah, it actually is crazy.
Then like staying in a hotel would be much better.
I know. I don't
You could rent a car and stay in a hotel and have like $500 left over
yeah, yeah, no,
and be
fucking
like a really nice car and a really nice hotel.
no, fucking exactly. I don't know why
Yeah.
anybody does that. Um,
Like if you want to go stay in the woods, like just buy a tent for 1/20th the price
yeah,
and go in the woods.
checkmate.
Or save up and just buy like your own camper if you want to do that. It just seems like kind of silly. I guess. Well, that rainbow, I saw a rainbow exactly like that yesterday.
For you doxing
Like,
yourself.
yeah, we're gonna like analyze all like the rainbows in every place that happened yesterday.
Bro, fuck Quebec. Let's go to New Hampshire. Look at this
I
place.
wouldn't. I wouldn't be mind. I wouldn't mind that.
Yo, what is this place?
This is where
I
you.
could just picture two of us just having a beer over the fire. Just there's no beds.
This is like Ted Krasinski's shed or something.
That's how they advertise it. Like
I think he was more south, wasn't he? Where did they find
this shack.
his little shack? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Right, so this is kind of how it was sort of made, right?
Widow wife. What is that? It's like a Windows like. Yeah. I would trust that company.
Widow wife.
Widow wife.
Sounds like the utterance of the utterly deranged.
What prompt did you put in for that?
Let her be stylized as Windows 98 logo.
Oh.
BB.
Bling HP. Baby.
This one wasn't bad actually. This would have been cool as well.
Hmm.
Do you
It was
remember
popcorn.
the Library
Thing.
of Babel or whatever it's called? Where
Yeah.
it like generated a bunch of pictures. So when you search with a picture, right?
It will find it, yeah. Or does
That
it generate the photo like on the go?
no. Definitely not.
Or they're all stored?
All you have to do is you set a resolution. You like max width, max height. Do every combination, which would be like probably gigabytes, maybe terabytes. And then someone
Well, it
uploads a
must be
picture.
so much.
Yeah.
Like depending on how many pixels. Like, well, imagine in 4K. I mean, that's insane. That would take like so many petabytes. That's like you generate every single possible combination. It'd be like exobytes. So it must be a very low resolution.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty low. But it is just
And it
so
can't be
whack.
every variation. It
Uh
cannot be every like even that. Like that's like how many pixels is that? Like how many megabytes is or what was the resolution?
I don't know.
Didn't it say 640 by something?
Yeah.
So you can find out which if it's JPEG, and then you can see the amount of
2096. Yeah.
storage.
Here, let's do the math here. So we have how many
And then
pixels
you
in
can just
total?
times it by the how big it is times the amount of combinations, and then that will be the total size. But I really doubt that's even like
Okay, so let's say we had 4 pixels, okay? And each pixel had 2 to the 12 possible colors for each one. So all the different ways you could arrange this would be the number of ways you can arrange each of these pixels. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So how many different ways can you organize 4 pixels without any color? That would be
without any color.
yeah, just like black tokens. How many or
Well,
whatever.
it'd just be one if it was just
Fine,
black.
fine. Token 1, token 2, token 3, token 4. How many different ways can you arrange that?
If they're all black.
No, like they're each unique. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. How many
Oh,
different
I
ways can
mean,
you?
a lot. I'm not sure.
It's like a dice, for example. The number of combinations that a dice will have is 6 per dice, right? And then to the power of the number of dice that you have. So,
Hmm.
uh, in this case, each token can be one of 4, right? It can be 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we have 4 of them,
Hmm.
right? So, in other words, these shouldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4. These should be like 1 to 4, and then this should be 1 to 4, and this is 1 to 4, and 1 to 4. So the way we need to think about this is we have 4 objects, and um, each can be 4. So I think this is at least the number of permutations. I think there's like 256, right? Because you could have 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah.
You could have 0, 1, 0, 0, whatever. It's a lot. So what we would have to do, okay, is that we know that each color pixel on Babel has 4096 different colors. And the number of pixels that there actually are, it's fucking a bananas number of pixels.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, 640 by
640
what?
by 416. So that's 266,240. And each can go from like 0 to 4096 or whatever. So what we have going on is we have oh my god. There's no way.
A lot. That's what I mean. It's so much.
This many pixels and each can be one of 4096 possible
Yeah.
or no. No, 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 it's the other way. It's we have 4096 colors per pixel. Because one pixel alone would have that many combinations, right?
Different.
To the
Uh,
power of this is just
well,
permutations.
each pixel would have 400 or 4096 different
Yeah.
colors to choose from. Yeah.
Yeah. So this would be like the equivalent of like combinations per dice to the power of the number of
Yeah.
dice you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And this is just per permutations because if you roll a 6 and a 6 or a 6 and a 6, those are each unique combinations. So they
Yeah.
wouldn't actually need
So there's another formula. I forget. I remember doing probabilities in like high school. But yeah, there's like the certain formula you can throw it in, and it will give you the
yeah.
unique amount.
This came up as uh invalid input.
Where? Oh, and the calculator. Yeah, because it's like insanely so much,
Yes.
like absurdly like that's so huge. That's what I mean. I didn't just intuitively. I thought there's no way that those guys are storing every single photo. Like that'd be so much data.
So then in a
Like
sense,
so that's what I'm thinking. Do they just like have some kind of form like algorithm that has like the number or URL, UUID or whatever it is, to correspond with a certain arrangement of pixels, and then it will generate that on the fly as you access it. So it's not, you don't have to store everything. They just generate it via, like, they have all like these URLs stored, and then each URL corresponds to the photo, but they don't actually store it. I don't know. Maybe that would work.
So the reason I'm not convinced is just because we didn't calculate the combinations, because the
Yeah,
permutations can be ridiculously more.
that's true. Yeah, I
So
wonder.
what they're telling us here is that the um, the combinations have to divide by the number of objects that you pick from the set. So, for example, like the deck of cards, right? If all you do is 52 factorial, and you know all the different ways that you can shuffle the deck that are unique. Um, but this will include cases where it's like um, you have all the same cards, but they've just been
Like
like
it's
shuffled.
like 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1 are different permutations, but really it's the same like combination if you just rearrange it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like a subset of like the larger whole. Um, so what part of what combinations do is that there's a dividing factor depending on how many you choose at once. So if you have a bag, the bag has like 10 pieces in it, and it's like
Mm.
although there are 10 factorial possible ways to remove all the pieces from the bag in like a unique order. If you're drawing two or three at once, then that number goes way down in the terms of different ways that you can actually pull from the
Yeah.
bag.
If it was only one state,
Yeah.
like if it was just three things, to rearrange them, you could rearrange them in 3 factorial different ways, so 6 different possibilities. So wouldn't it be like 3 factorial times the amount of
Colors?
yeah, wouldn't that work? So that would be what, 3 factorial times 3?
Just like 18, which is
Yeah,
not bad.
that makes sense, wouldn't it?
But once you have 266,000 factorial, you have because isn't like 52
An
factorial
insane.
like already like all the grains of sand in the universe or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes no sense that like this database has every single photo that could ever exist in this resolution. It doesn't make any sense.
But
It's
I
like,
just
it doesn't make any sense. Like, imagine like I like work like painstakingly hard on like some like film, and it's like, oh, this actually already existed in this database. It just like, I understand the concept of it, but I don't feel like it's possible to reasonably store every single possible photo, even at a low resolution. It adds up so quickly.
no, this should be 3 to the power of 3. This is what this should be. All my fucking binary classes. It should be 27. That's what it should be.
Different
Um,
combinations.
yeah, because each pixel can be one of three options, and there's three of
Yeah.
them. I think that's what
Well,
it should be. So we'll find out here. Stay tuned.
feel I should have listened in probabilities class harder.
I should have listened in grade 7.
Yeah. I feel grade 2 math. Yeah, it's true. Like, Chinese like 5-year-olds like run laps around us right now.
Chinese 5. Only them, though. They're the ones collecting all the stats for the women's FIFA Cup.
It's true. Like, every like good mathematician is just like swooped up by like a big trading firm or something. That's what like the most like that's what pays so well. So most of them are not doing like new theories. They're just like calculating how to like squeeze the juice out of like marginal trading. Like,
Most high IQ people are just trying to fatten up the margins on ROIs.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, we got 3 greens. Oh no, not yet. We're not there yet.
Dude, this is the most efficient way.
I'm sorry.
We just painstakingly draw.
Bro, I'm sorry. We have to figure this out.
Like, it's so stupid.
Preferably. Bro, we're about to
All right,
upgrade to
so
green, green, green.
I'll make an Excel sheet of 640 by 416, and I
Bro,
get the blue color fill, and I click 4,096 times.
Joel, we got it. Green, green, green.
So how much is this?
We got it, dude.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That all of them? No, you start with the blue ones too, right? Oh no. Oh, okay, right.
No,
Yeah, you
I
stole
just wait.
that.
We got the green. The green, green,
Oh,
green.
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So far, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we already outdid.
18.
Yeah, it's probably 27. My
Yeah.
my my bet. My bets are on 20. Lucky number
Well,
27.
if you passed 18, yeah, I'm not gonna bet on 18. Like 18 can still pull through. I have hope.
This guy hasn't figured out the mathematical reality of incrementing numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so this upgrades to a blue. This goes back.
Yeah. It's because my Mega 6 level is too high. I can't comprehend chess.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
World's
24,
most
25,
efficient
26, 27.
mathematician.
Bro, this is what happens in the labs of Cambridge, okay? Behind closed doors. Stanford and
This is
Cambridge's
what they do
heads.
because they don't want to let anyone know that they solved math like 100 years ago. So they just like they like just like try to do like the
Yeah,
most like tedious like busy work they can to make it seem like they're still working on stuff.
of course. Good
Yeah.
God, man. Okay, so that means that the way this was calculated was 3 to the 3.
Yo, we got 3 viewers.
No way.
I'm just joking. We only
Fuck,
have 2.
go fuck up. Okay. 3 to the 3, huh? So I guess, yeah, it would basically, I'm willing to accept that this is how we calculate combinations. So if instead of 3 colors, there's 4096, right?
So what was the number? It was 27.
Huh?
Or what was
Yeah,
the
it was
combination?
27. Yeah. It's 3
Okay.
to the 3. So I would accept that 4096 to the power of 222, 240 or whatever.
Would be the amount of that seems about right.
What was it? 640 by 414?
Yeah, that makes sense. And
416.
that's an absolutely unfathomably large number.
Yeah, that's like an unhinged number. I think I have to pull out
Like
the
you're
Web
gonna have to
2.0
find like
calc.
you're gonna have to find like a special calculator to do that.
Load consent platform. 4096 to the 222 or 266 240.
I was kind of smart that they use like a subdomain to add like a period inside the
Yeah, man.
URL.
Yeah. OCalc. The actual website is OCalc.
Infinity. Yeah, ocalc, zerocalc.com.
Well, that sucks.
Man, it's so dumb that they have .zip domains now. Like that's like the most scammy thing I can think of.
True. Yeah, well, it's actually unsafe. Because you might think you're getting a file. If you have a
Yeah,
long
exactly.
subdomain, this is your mom, whatever, something, whatever, dot mom dot
Yeah,
zip. It's like,
you can think you're getting like a real file.
think you're getting a real file, your mom.
Yeah,
Come on, Wolfram. Yes! We got a number.
6,000 zeros.
961,000 zeros.
Oh my god.
At least Wolfram can calculate it.
Well, they can figure out how like the scientific notation, but I don't think it's possible to show this. Well, I guess you could like okay, like make a program. You can make a quick script that will print 0, like print 5 and then print 0 96,000 times or
Yeah.
961,000 times to just see how big the number is. Now, okay, let's figure this out. So that's how many different combinations there are.
Mm-hmm.
And let's times that by the size of the image if it was JPEG, for
So it'll
example.
actually shrink significantly, and I'll tell you why. First of all, each pixel is actually 12 bits. It's not actually a byte exactly. It's a little bit
No,
more.
but it's that many combinations times the size of the photo, right? That's how big the library would have to be to store all of these.
This is
Unless
pixels. This is pixels, not pictures.
right. This is how many. Oh yeah, this is how many pixels there are. Wait,
So you would actually have to divide this by 266,000 whatever to know how many different pictures you would have.
well each combination of pixels is a new photo.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
So what? Yeah. So that's how many photos there are, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right. So that's every single new pixel changed is a new photo.
Yeah.
And if they were to store each photo, uh, without any compression or just plain out store each one, it would be that number times the size of a JPEG of that dimension.
Yeah. And
If it
then
was
the
PNG
JPEG.
would be higher. I imagine it's JPEG.
Yeah. JPEG would probably compress it quite a bit, I think.
Yeah.
That would seem reasonable.
But let's see. Like that's I think this is like absurdly
So yeah, that's actually
insane. Yeah. Like this is definitely more than like the entire internet, right? Like it has to be. Well, just search up JPEG file size calculator. Put in 640 by 416 or whatever it was, and then get that number and times it by
Oh,
the
I see.
what?
Ah. It's not just endless raw data. It's an identity function.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was
Oh,
thinking, right? There's no way they actually store all this stuff. They just generate it on the fly, right?
right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
3.2
Oh
million bits
wait, is
of
this
data
what
in
we
an image. Yeah.
calculated? Hold on.
Yeah. But
Nine six one
this is the
seven.
next step.
Yo, dude, we fucking
This is the next
got it.
step. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A number with almost a million digits. So what was the actual size? Did it say?
10 to the 961,755. We got 10 to the 961,754. Okay.
Yeah, and then times. Did they do the calculation for size? Because it times it by the 3.2 million bits for each photo,
All right. So 400 kilobytes
right?
per image. Right. Yeah, that'd be kilobytes. That'd be insane.
Multiply by. Did it say like what the addition?
Don't you see? Yeah, that's actually
How
nuts.
many? Where does it say the?
400 kilobytes per image, right?
So what would the total size be? Does it say
He
here?
didn't say it. I think he just tried to make it like a self-evident. Right, like if we go to Wolfram, we multiply this by.
I'm just curious to see if there's even like a a prefix for the amount of bytes that this would be,
No.
or it's probably just like way beyond
Well, because
the amount of.
Killa, right, would add 3. So this would be
Yeah.
961,757. So what the fuck do you call this power of 10?
I don't know.
It just
I don't
doesn't
know, but
exist.
well, maybe there's a standard to keep them going. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's like an infinite, like sometimes there's like those systems for names
We'd
that
have to
just
start
keep
going into the
going.
Googles, I think.
I
Because
don't, I
10 to
don't
the
know.
hunt, dude, dude, I don't think you understand.
No, I know this is absolutely insane. I know this is absolutely insane. Yeah, because this is like a very like way bigger than this number. That's what I was like thinking. Like, there's no way this website would store all that. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Exposed.
So that's why it must just have the number. Like, maybe it stores it once you like upload something. It would like basically I think what it just like takes what you upload, then it compresses it down to that size, and then it saves it, and then it's like, oh look, we already had it. Like it's you think about it that way, it's like almost kind of like completely pointless.
True.
And imagine the text part is also like that. Well, there's probably in the text part. there's some kind of algorithm to like correspond a link to that thing. So, but it's only generated like
Because
while you put it in. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, and just largely because like I think it's to say that the function generator is there, but to search a picture, right? Like so for example, like let's say instead of searching the whole picture, you search 50% of it. You could look through all the variations of where the pixels you want are there. Like let's say just like you, and all the stuff that could be around you could also be like toggled. I don't know if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, like here, this is just choosing a picture at random, I think, and you can like scroll through the yeah. This is what most of the this library space is. And if we choose the next one,
So see, it has a number associated with it,
yeah.
but that number is not even close to like how big the number should be if everyone has a unique ID. Like we're still in the 0.00001% of the entire thing. If this is the actual ordered number of these things,
That's
you
true.
know, and you'll never find anything ever cool just going through it. It's only when you upload a photo, and it'll be like, oh look, we found one that's exactly what
Right.
what it was. But I do not. It's kind of a big sham if you think about it.
Yes and no though, because it is kind of a bit of a philosophical thing. Because like once the cure for cancer is found, it, it'll be in this function somewhere. You know, like if I
But I, but I won't. It's like it's only generated when you put it in.
oh
It doesn't
shit,
actually exist.
look at how big this
Like this
number
doesn't
is.
this is not. Okay, wait, what?
Do you see this number? This is the index number.
Okay, so they
And what's really
that's a massive
interesting is that if
massive
you
number.
it is if you did a base 64 conversion of an image, it wouldn't surprise me if it was like comparable in length, which can help us think about information.
Yeah, this is just a way of storing a photo into a number, but it doesn't have this number did not like these images do not exist until you actually put it in,
Well, how do
right?
you mean by exist, right? Like if I made a
Well, because
function,
it'd be the same thing. If this number is like base 64, the size of the string should be a similar size to the photo, right? So it'd be the same amount of storage required to do it. Would it not?
I don't know. I don't know if the
I guess
length of this
I guess it
number,
might be more compressed or something. I'm not
I
sure,
think
but it
so.
would still be
Yeah.
such a huge amount of storage because you have a photo stored in the string. It has to be a similar size, or at least like
It
it's
doesn't it doesn't in
compressed,
the case of the Library of Babel because they use a generator function that takes
right?
it.
Because they don't actually have it until you've uploaded the image.
Okay.
Th-
But
that's like if
it's like pi.
it's the same thing. If I made a site that like you uploaded a photo and then it would get the base 64 and they'd be like, oh look, we already had this. But it's like no, it's just you're just converting one thing to the other and
Um
then claiming you already had this thing. I didn't have every single possible base 64 to exist in my database. It just happened to generate it from your photo. That's what it's doing here. There's
well,
no other way it could, right? Like
I'm not actually sure because so here's an example. You know those things where it's like you can find your phone number in pi, right? The digits of pi, right? Like it'll like scan through the digits of pi and find your phone number. You've heard of this.
yeah.
Okay. If I tell you where in pi your phone number appears, that number could be smaller than your actual phone number. Or, better yet, if you find all the digits in pi that can draw a picture that you know, then I don't have to tell you what all of those numbers are. I can just tell you where in pi to look. And that number can be substantially smaller than the actual amount of information you need um, for the picture itself. And I think that's what the Library of Babel is doing. It's not just converting your pixels into base 64 because that's just one to one. It's giving you an index. It's giving you a position along a function that you can look up. And as long as you know the function, without knowing all of the possible combinations, you can always retrieve that picture with
So
the position.
like comparing it to pi, that's to say there's like a basically a rationally like long number like that goes on forever, like pi, and you could calculate like to find your phone number is one thing. That's only like 7 digits.
Mhm.
But to find this, an image of this size, that is so much bigger, right? Like insanely bigger. And you have to have infinite. But the thing is, like, we don't know all of pi. It just keeps on going. So of course, every single like, as long as who knows? Maybe it does end at one point, but we don't know. But at any point, eventually, you will find, if it keeps on going forever, you will find the number you could think of, because it's infinite. But
So-
the Library of Babel is not infinite. Impossible to be infinite, right?
Yes, like so there's like the Ramanujan generator of pi. And like this function generates more and more digits of pi as you increase k, and k goes to infinity. So at
Yeah.
every time you increase k, you get like a better iteration of pi. Um, and so maybe I could tell you like if you use this many iterations and go to the nth digit, you'll find a book of Shakespeare if you convert the digits to whatever.
Yeah.
But that number I give you can be way smaller than Shakespeare's work. So what the Library of Babel, it is kind of useless, but what it's
Yeah,
showing
because
us,
it's not
yeah,
it's not storing. It's just it's the algorithm to generate a number to correspond to an image.
sure, but
Yeah.
it can help us think about information in an interesting way. If we think about what a JPEG is of a certain size, really a JPEG is infinite. It's not infinite potential, but it's like a JPEG could be anything within that number of pixels.
Yeah.
And when we do finally accept that something is a picture, like, oh, this is a picture of you, this is a picture of me, um, it is like one of the possible JPEGs of that size. But the thing is, if I
Yep.
go in there and I change a pixel and I give it back to you, you probably won't even notice. You'll probably be like, yeah, this is the same picture, right? So how many pixels would I have to change before it's like, yeah, this doesn't make me feel warm. This doesn't give me any good memories. Like this is not the picture anymore. Um,
Well, quite a bit, because you can take a photo and compress it heavily and still be recognizable.
yeah,
So, but as soon as you change one pixel, and the lower the resolution is, the more effect one pixel changes. But as soon as you change one pixel in this, it's a different photo, right? That's a whole new photo. It's different from the other one. It's only changed by one, but if it claims it's a library and it stores every photo, it just is impossible, because it's a absurd amount of data. If it had some compression thing, like, it might be better, but it'd still be such an obscene amount of photos.
yeah, yeah, I agree. And the thing is too, like one of the hardest things to compress is random noise because there's no patterns. Like when you have a JPEG, like Windows XP background,
Yeah, all the blue
it's
you
like
can, like,
bunch of
yeah,
blue,
you can
bunch of green.
exactly, yeah,
JPEG will like bunch these together. Um, you just can't do that when it's a bunch of random noise. It actually,
yeah, because you have to because if, like, you want to store every single photo, the vast majority is going to be like a bunch of random pixels, and you can't compress like any of that. Like, in this specific one, you could compress the black or whatever, but the vast majority, there's going to be no, like, discernible pattern or anything. It's just going to be, that'd be a cool place to visit, the XP field.
XP. Yeah. Full note.
Your first stream, you like completely like give away every piece of information about your personal identity. Let's open up my SIN number real quick.
I'm just, let
Might
me
as well
pay
show
taxes on
it.
the stream.
Hey guys, check out this new credit card I got.
Honest man, I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah. If you're so honest, why don't you show me your credit card?
A good honest man would tell a fellow brother his credit card number, you know?
Yeah. Fellow brother.
Fuck, that's so far.
Another docs. See all
Yeah,
this
you're
information you're giving away?
It's true. Now that they know
Like,
that.
now I
the
can
piece-
triangulate Little Caesars and BH. Like, literally, you could probably narrow it down pretty far, pretty close, if someone so wanted to.
Yes, bro.
It's like, oh man.
See, at least if I dox myself, it'll be more of a distraction. It'll protect you.
Yeah.
If I'm the easy target, then they'll come after me first.
Yeah, hopefully.
But then they'll torture me and ask me for your information, and then you're really
They don't know. Yeah, but you better be
better be
be
dead.
persistent.
Yeah, pop a cyanide pill real quick.
Yeah, you should get a tooth cyanide pill. Those things like come in handy.
Like you crunch your tooth.
Yeah, people. That's like a
What the fuck?
common thing. Like spy movies. They have the. I'm not sure if it's actually common in real life, but probably.
I'm sure it's real life.
So where would you store a cyanide pill? Like, if you're someone who's like, it's a real like likely possibility that you will be captured and tortured and killed. I'd much rather just like take a cyanide pill than be tortured. If I knew that I was not gonna make it out alive,
True.
much rather just die right away.
That's true. But
So and I assume that your captors would first search you and take everything from you. So it'd have to be something like inside your body to store the cyanide pill. So tooth makes sense because it's in your mouth already. You have to like really crunch it or something.
Yeah.
'Cause it can't be like a thing that can accidentally go off easily. And it couldn't be in like anywhere. Like where else could it be? Because if you're tied up and you're about to get tortured, you have to have it somewhere where you can access it without your hands. Yeah, these are the important things to think about.